Alrighty, so we are doing the Franmil Reyes, YASIEL Puig, Cleveland Indians rebuild. You're probably not basically, but you're probably wondering where the face cam is. The next couple rebuilds will be without face cam. I'm visiting family, so I just brought the basic necessities to get you guys some video. So this one and probably the next like 3 or 4 rebuilds will be without face cam, but that's not the point. We're here to talk about the Cleveland Indians and their new addition in Franmil Reyes and YASIEL Puig. So if you guys want to see some more rebuilds with the trade deadline moves, let me know which ones you'd like to see in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you're new and enjoyed the content. We are so close to 15,000 subs. Let's try to hit that just as soon as possible. And if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. And if you guys need tickets to any events or anything like that, go to SeatGeek, use the code TheAntOrtiz and get $20 off your purchase. I think that's really it. Let's just get into it. Let's get into the roster. Let's make some moves. Let's see what we can do with this stacked offensive lineup that the Cleveland Indians now have. So the roster I'm using is actually a different one. It's called completed all trades. It's on the screen. You guys will see it. I don't want to say the wrong thing and then put something else. So the roster is on screen that I am using probably for the foreseeable future. I really like this roster. I think it's got all the roster moves, ratings, potential. They've all been adjusted. I think this is a good roster to rock with. So let's talk about this squad. Starting pitching wise, I think we've got a really good core. Kluber, Clevenger, Salazar, Carrasco, Bieber. I'm going to leave it alone most likely for the first season. Maybe even the second season. It really all depends on how some players perform, some don't. We got Whit Green, and is it Kimber or Cimber? I'm not too sure. Let me know in the comment section down below. But they're probably going to be our key pieces in the bullpen. There's obviously Clippard, Otero, Olson, Perez, some aging players there. But then we also have Hunter Wood, who was acquired with the Rays. We have Brad Hand as a closing pitcher who having a phenomenal year, really solid. Roberto Perez, another player who is having an amazing year behind the dish and at the plate, killing it offensively. Not really rated too well here, but we'll see how he does. Carlos Santana, a phenomenal first baseman. You got Jake Bowers, who's been playing that left field first base DH spot for them. I feel like he's not living up to the hype, so we'll have to wait and see if he can finally do that. Jason Kipnis is probably a player that we're going to look to trade to open up some cap space so that we can keep Franmil Reyes and YASIEL Puig throughout this rebuild. Jose Ramirez is finally heating up. He started off really cold this year. Now he's starting to find a swing. You got Christian Arroyo, who came over with the Rays. The Rays, not the Reds, the Rays. Francisco Lindor at short. We got NAQUIN, Luplow, and Zimmer, all in the majors. I feel like there's just so many left fielders. We can probably trade some and get other pieces that we need. Maybe a second baseman. We got Oscar Mercado, who looks to be an amazing pickup for the outfield for the Indians. And then in right, we got Puig and Franmil Reyes, who I think Reyes is more of a DH, like fielding wise, he's just not the best of players. So I'm thinking he's filling that DH spot really well. And then Puig can play right field for us. So I like the squad. Not many changes need to be made in my opinion. So let's just go make those basic changes that I think maybe a bullpen arm, a new second baseman, and really that's about it. So let's go do that, and then we'll get this season started. So our first trade we're going to be making is Jason Kipnis, Ethan Hankins, and Daniel Espino for Colton Wong, a player I don't normally trade for. He's got really good vision. The hitting stats are a little bit of a worry, but I was looking at other second basemen who have low contracts. Really the only other one that I felt could potentially be a decent pickup is Ryan McMahon, who, now that I'm looking at it, might be the move. Let's go with Ryan McMahon. I don't think we've ever traded for him, so we'll see how he does at second base. Player I normally don't trade for, Jose Leclerc. We're gonna give him a shot. I kind of like his stats here. They look a little bit more rounded than they normally do. He's got a very, very, very likable contract that stays low. I like this trade. We're gonna trade Kevin Plawecki. We're moving at Jordan Luplow as well as Tyler Clippard, an aging arm who I feel like we could at least get Leclerc. If he doesn't pan out, he'll have some trade value. He's young. We can trade him away. Alrighty, so after those two moves, I think those are 2 moves. Yeah, this is what we're gonna rock with. So McMahon is obviously in the second base position. Franmil, YASIEL Puig are holding down that 4 or 5 spot for the most part. Franmil is gonna be a DH. Puig is gonna be our right fielder. And then Franmil will probably take over left or right depending on how things go. and then Puig will take that other spot. So Franmil is going to be like our DH left fielder, and then Puig's going to be our right fielder. I think that's the move to go with. I know I just kind of said the opposite, but that's what we're going to do. So this pitching rotation is going to stay the same. Not much has changed. AJ Cole is going to be our long reliever. Obviously, Leclerc's moved into the middle relief spot. And then we got these guys here. I really like the squad. We have, you know, some decent arms in the farm system. Phil Matten, as well as Logan Allen, who came over from the Padres. When you look at the lineup, there's a couple decent little young guys here. Christian Arroyo could be good. Jake Bauers might get called up towards the end of the year. Andrew VELAZQUEZ came over from the Rays. Okay. I forgot that he did. And then we have Nolan Jones as well. So there's that. The lineup looks good. Let's see how the first season starts. Let's get to draft day. So season 1's draft went amazing. Greg Schaefer was our first pick, 67 overall, 86 potential. We got 81 potential with Andres Rivas. Next up, we got Miles Guerra, who's a 69 overall with 86 potential, 88 potential for Ken Takahashi. We got Elvis Nieve with 86 potential. Look at how late of a pick he was, and he's 71 overall. What? And I didn't even have him scouted, so that was a great little pickup that we found. And then we even have a 75 potential and a 78 potential down in the last 2 rounds. So overall, I would say this is one of the best drafts I've ever had. No 90 potentials, unfortunately, but overall, still very solid. Season 1 went pretty well. 94-68, we won the division taking on the Astros. So, I mean, it's not the best matchup for us. We did win an award, a gold glove for Tyler NAQUIN. So let's take a look at our, you know, how everything went. AJ Cole struggled in that long relief role. I was kind of hoping he would have done a little bit better. Unfortunately, we may need to look for someone in that spot. CIMBER, Kimber, however you want to say it, struggled. Hopefully he can bounce back next year because I don't really want to get rid of him just yet. I want to at least give him a little bit more time. Tyler Olson, pretty strong as a lefty. His potential's gone up, overall's gone up, so that's good to see. James Hoyt actually came up for Otero, and I mean, not amazing. Oliver Perez wasn't amazing. Leclerc wasn't amazing. Whitgren, okay, Whitgren, pretty solid. I'll take that. Brad Hand, very good. How many saves? 44 saves. Okay, I'll take that for sure. Looking at our starting rotation, I mean, not terrible. Shane Bieber looks really solid. Danny Salazar wasn't too bad either. Corey Kluber was pretty solid. Carrasco, I mean, actually pretty much everybody was really good. I mean, a 4 ERA is not the best, but you know what? It's not something I'm going to be too worried about at all. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the way the starting rotation did. Bullpen, a little shaky, but I feel like that's just kind of a common theme with the way my rebuilds go. No matter who I trade for, they just suck in the bullpen. So looking at Oscar Mercado, 274, great. Potential overall is going up. You got home runs, RBIs. On base percentage was solid. I like to see that. Jose Ramirez hit 265. I definitely need to see that go up, but I'm not going to freak out. 34 home runs, 88 RBIs. I will take that. His walks and strikeouts were almost the same. So, I mean, that's a pretty solid season. OPS, slugging percentage wasn't too bad either. Carlos Santana had a great year. 107 RBIs, 31 home runs, 100 walks, and only 88 strikeouts. Those are numbers I like to see a lot. Really good average on base percentage. All that stuff was really good. Franmil Reyes, 43 homers, 104 RBIs. Great to see that. Strikeout numbers a little high, but I mean, when you're putting up that kind of run production, I think we can work around it. Yasiel Puig had a great year as well. 35 home runs, 102 RBIs. I mean, I'm not going to freak out. Also, 39 doubles. Lindor had a good year as well. 33 home runs, 107 RBIs. So when you look at your 3, 4, 5, and 6 hitters, they all had 100 RBIs right there. That is great to see. Tyler NAQUIN, not too bad either. 260, 81 overall. 19 home runs, 68 RBIs. That's not terrible. That's not terrible. Ryan McMahon's up to an 80. He hit 254, 14 home runs, 57 RBIs. So we definitely, that's good to see. And he's also progressing in rating. Roberto Perez, not too shabby. So Christian Arroyo's gone up. He's probably going to be more of a trade piece because he's not really going to take over anybody's spot. Jake Bauers, I like to see that. He might be a player that could hop under the bench next year. Oh wow, Nolan Jones went up a lot. I like that. I like that a lot. I like this. I like the team. I like what happened this season. Obviously, we won the division. 5 games. I feel like the division's actually going to start to get a little bit tighter. So we may need to make some moves. I don't want to quit. But when we look at the team, I mean, I feel like the starting rotation is very solid. It's very set. There's not much that needs to be changed. The bullpen, definitely some issues. And I think the lineup's really solid. You know, Mercado's going to be a really good center fielder who's only going to get better. Jose Ramirez is going to stay really high. Carlos Santana, unless he starts decreasing because of age, we have our first base spot set up. DH is Reyes. Right field, Puig. Shortstop, Lindor. Really, my only question marks like left field and catcher. And we really could just move Reyes to left field and find a new DH. So realistically, not much needs to be changed with this team. And I feel like we're in a really good spot going forward. So let's see how this matchup against the Astros goes. We actually have the lead. And going into the elimination game, game 5. Let's see how this goes. In Minute Maid, I feel like, oh wow, we didn't really do too well here. They got Garrett Cole on the mound. They also have Jameson Taillon. What? Really, our only good outing from our starter was Corey Kluber. So we'll give Danny Salazar the ball for this game and see how things go. Mercado and Ramirez get on to start the game, and then we really double play. Looking at their lineup, though, it looks like a standard lineup. It just looks like they got Jameson Taillon in the starting rotation as a new addition. We get out of that jam. That is huge. That is huge for sure. And then Ryan McMahon, the new addition to the squad, puts us up 2-0. So that's good to see. Danny Salazar, so far so good. I like what I'm seeing. Can Puig get the sac fly down? He does. Makes it a 3-run game. Insurance runs are going to be huge in this. First and second, 1 out. Bases loaded, 1 out. Oh, couldn't bring that run home, but that's okay. Carlos Santana does. And I mean, Salazar is pitching very, very well. I love to see that. McMahon brings in another run. Then we get another run there. We have a 6-0 lead. Salazar's stamina is in a very good spot. Just hit the halfway mark. We'll probably only go 6 with him just to be safe. Do we get a little greedy? We got a little greedy. We're gonna stop there. No more for Salazar. We're gonna go to our 8th inning man in Whitgren. He goes 1-2-3, which is perfect. Double play, that kind of hurts, but that's all right. We'll give Whitgren 1 more inning. Ooh, okay. This is getting a little close, so we're gonna go to Brad Hand. He's gonna shut the door for us, right? He's gonna shut the door for us, right? And we're taking on the Red Sox in the ALCS. So that's good. We get out of that spot. We should be back to the top of the lineup. We have a 2-0 lead on the Red Sox. 3-0. Please don't go to game 7. No, come on. We had a 3-0 lead. Come on, Indians. Let's not blow another 3 lead, you know, like a 3-game lead. We cannot do that in this. So Clevenger's struggling. I feel like Kluber is the one to go to. Hand the ball to him, put him on the mound. And looking at their lineup, Justin Smoke's a new addition. Outside of that, it looks like a pretty standard Red Sox lineup. Ooh, that double play was huge. Unfortunately, no runners reach for us. They do get a run by Justin Smoke, I believe it was. And we're down. Oh, we're tied up. McMahon once again. It comes in the clutch. McMahon's looking like a decent little pick. 4-1. I guess Corey Kluber wasn't the man to give the ball. We're down 5 runs here. And I mean, I feel like David Price shouldn't be, you know, wheeling and dealing like he is. McMahon's really been our best offensive threat. Corey Kluber's done after 5. Probably shouldn't even thrown him out there for the 5th. Man, double play after double play, out after out. I feel like we're just in a really bad spot. AJ Cole's really not a guy that's doing much for us. I mean, Tyler Olson's not doing much for us either. We're down 9 runs in game 7, and we're really about to throw away that 3-game lead that we had. That is just unbelievable. I can't believe. Maybe not. Maybe we got a late inning rally coming. We got 2 innings to do it. Can we do it? I don't think we do. It's looking a little shaky here. Bases loaded with 1 out. Grand slam. Yeah, that's McMahon, 3 for 4. He's really been the man of the postseason. Unfortunately for us, it ends 15-6. We gave up a 3-game lead. We lost. Oh man, this game was. Oliver Perez can't come back. He lost us 2 games. Man, that sucks. We would have faced the Dodgers in the World Series, and they beat the Red Sox. So unfortunately, we weren't able to make it, but we did make it to the ALCS Season 1, which is great to see. We're set up for the future. I feel like our team is really good going forward. Good pitching staff. We definitely got to bring back Puig. There's like no questions about it. We'll throw it up to 13 mil a year just so that we can really make sure we sign him. Everybody else is leaving. I don't want to see Oliver Perez in an Indians uni next season. He threw away 2 games in the postseason. That one hurts. So arbitration wise, I'll give Tyler Olson another shot because he did do well during the season. Obviously during the postseason he struggled a little bit. And then I think the bottom 2 rows will let walk. Everybody else was pretty solid. That's arbitration wise. And then we definitely got to give everybody here a contract. Hoyt, 33, the potential's gone. We'll give him 1 more year. We'll try him out for another season. And then I think we'll just offer everybody that needs to be given a contract. Some players probably won't get one. I don't think Freeman will. I think we can find a better second baseman to use, but I think everybody else is going to get a contract. Season 2, this is how we're going to look to start the season. Not much is going to change. I don't think I'm going to make any trades to start the year. Whoops. I think we're only going to make trades at the deadline if necessary. Season 2, I think we've made the right moves to really help the team. Not much has changed with the lineup at all. Actually, nothing has changed with the lineup. Just our bench. Jake Bauers has come up from the minors. That's really about it. When we look at the pitching rotation, again, not much has changed. We brought in Dellin Betances to help with that setup role that I think we struggled with a little bit last year. And we also brought in Derek Holland as a long reliever. We'll see how he does. It's only a 1-year deal. I think it was like, 1.5 million. It wasn't a lot. So that's really the only additions we made to the team. There weren't any prospects or anything brought in. You guys can see we still have Matten and Hunter Wood in the farm system. We also do have Logan Allen here as a 73 who could potentially fill that long relief role come season 3. So that's kind of why I brought in Derek Holland for just 1 year. So we definitely have some decent arms. He is one of the players I'm looking to possibly move at the deadline depending on how he performs. And then that's really about it. I feel confident with what we have. I like our starting rotation. We can quickly take a look to see who's a free agent this year. Carlos Santana is. He's a really good bat to have. But if we can't afford him, we might need to let him go. Brad Hand also becomes a free agent this year. So there's definitely a couple players I'm keeping my eye on to see if they're worth keeping or we should trade them away and get something while we can. So that's how season 2 is going to start. We'll see how things go, and I'll catch you guys at the deadline if any moves are made. So at the deadline, Danny Salazar is actually having a little bit of a rough season this year. We only signed him to a year deal anyways, so I think I'm going to let him go. He's got close to a 6 ERA, so we're going to trade him for Zach Eflin of the Phillies, who's got like a 3.5 ERA. He's younger. His contract's actually pretty solid with arbitration for the next couple seasons. So it gives us a new starting pitcher, and I think it'll help us out in the long run. So we're going to trade for Josh James, now of the Yankees. He's 80 overall B potential. His per-nines look really good. He's got good stamina. He's having a really solid year this year. And Derek Holland's struggling. I think he's got like a 6 ERA or something like that. Yeah, almost a 6 ERA. So Derek Holland, Zach Plesac, and Greg Allen are going to be traded for Josh James. So after the moves we made, everything is the same besides Josh James is in the long relief role. Zach Eflin is our 5th starter. The lineup hasn't changed at all. It looks the same. Everything is going pretty solid, so I didn't want to change too much. I just wanted to strengthen our pitching a little bit more. So let's finish off season 2. So I said things were going pretty well, and I mean, as you can see, 103 and 59. So they did go pretty well. We won the division, taking on the winner of the wild card. So let's keep going. It looks like we have a couple league leaders. Stolen bases for Jose Ramirez. Really, he had almost 50. And then Corey Kluber had the best winning percentage. And Brad Hand had the most saves. Let's take a look at the awards. Corey Kluber for Cy Young. And then Max Kepler was the MVP. Really, obviously we don't have Max Kepler, but that's still pretty impressive to see. Josh James, his ERA did go up a little bit once we acquired him. But we added like what? 50 innings, so we basically doubled his innings. So I'm cool with seeing something like that happen. It's fine. Tyler Olson had another solid season, so I'm really happy with what he did. Jose Leclerc, those are numbers I want to see. Dropped the ERA. I think he dropped his whip as well. Oh no, the whip went up a little bit, not too much, but more innings, less home runs, less walks, more strikeouts. Very good to see. Whitgren actually turned his season around. He had close to a 5 ERA at the deadline. I had faith in him, and he brought his ERA and whip down. HOYT, again, very solid. He's like a fine wine. He's just getting better every single season. Betances did well. Kimber, CIMBER, whatever your name is, that's what I want to see. Not the 5 ERA, the .87. Obviously, he pitched half the innings, but I'm assuming the 10 innings led to those 10 holds. So, I mean, those are good numbers to see. It looks like Betances was more often used, but when needed, he was the man. Brad Hand, very solid. You can see low ERA, low whip, blew 7 saves. But, I mean, I'm not going to freak out when he had that many saves throughout the year. So, Corey Kluber, Cy Young winner, which is weird because normally Cy Young winners have a lot of strikeouts. For most of the time, they're usually 200 plus. So that's actually pretty impressive to see a 193 strikeout number, and he won the Cy Young. Shane Bieber had a great year. Carrasco, a very good year. Very, very good. Clevenger struggled this year. He did drop his ERA down, though. His ERA at the deadline was 6.75. So Clevenger is definitely a player I may look to move. We have to see it. Eflin, I'm pretty sure, kept his ERA and whip about the same. So far, so good with the pitching. Let's take a look at the lineup. Jake Bauers in his first year, kind of up with us, did pretty solid. I'm not going to freak out about that. That's actually decent numbers. 1 home run and 56 at-bats. Wish it was a little bit better, but I'm not going to freak out. Still growing. Could potentially be a key player for us down the line. Navarro is not coming back. He's going. Mercado, I think his average dropped from last year. It did. Actually, every stat did, which is a little worrying. Maybe he needs to drop in the lineup. Maybe we need to find a new leadoff hitter. Not kick him out of the lineup. Maybe move down to maybe like the 6th or 7th spot. Move Lindor up. Maybe move Lindor to the leadoff position. So, league leader in steals, Jose Ramirez. 49 steals. I didn't even see he had 36 last year, but his just crazy good numbers. Good average on base percentage. Not as many home runs. RBIs did go up. Doubles went up as well, so that's good to see. Carlos Santana is a player I definitely want to bring back. Just too good of a first baseman not to keep him around. Just a good numbers. Good numbers. Franmil Reyes, again, closer to 300. Really good power numbers. Good RBIs. Walks and home runs are almost identical. Good amount of hits, doubles, everything was good. YASIEL Puig is only getting better. That's scary to think about. Again, a good amount of doubles, a lot of home runs, a lot of RBIs. Really solid season. Lindor is Lindor. He might actually have to be our leadoff hitter. Those are just too good of numbers not to get him involved in the lineup some more. NAQUIN, actually really good year. I didn't realize that was 300. Average home runs and RBIs went up. Strikeout numbers went down. Okay. McMahon, I was kind of hoping he would have hit the ball a little bit better. And thinking about that, I actually want to take a look and see how the player that I thought about going for in Colton Wong. Let's see how he's been doing. Just to kind of compare the two. This season he did better, but last year he was about the same. So I guess overall it wouldn't have made that big of a difference. And Roberto Perez is up to an 80. Having a pretty decent time at the plate. 15 home runs is pretty good to see. So overall, pretty happy with what I'm seeing. Our first baseman who we drafted is up to a 63. Bobby Bradley's up to a 75. So that's pretty good. He may end up being in the squad. Nolan Jones is looking pretty solid. So we definitely have some players to look out for. Pitching rotation wise, Logan Allen's up to a 78. I think I may get him involved. As you guys can see, he may be that long reliever that we need. He did feature a little bit with the squad. A couple games, he did pretty solid. So he might be an arm that we need to get involved, for the future. Greg Schaefer's up to a 70. We drafted him. Hunter Wood is an 82. I think we need to use him next year, but who would we use instead? Like our bullpen's really strong. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But let's get into the playoffs, see how things go. Taking on the Mariners, and we're really facing elimination right away. That is not good. All right, let's quick manage. See how things go. Do we give it to Carrasco? We got to give it to him. So let's see how things are. Eric Swanson, that's a good start. I mean, a 2-run bomb. That's a great way to start the... How are we going to let Malik Smith go deep right there? Eric Swanson, I'm pretty sure, is a rookie. So there's no... I'm not saying that's good or bad. I think he's like 75 rated, though. So I think that's something we need to take advantage of. We're up 5-1. So that's a good start. Can we add on to that? Because I feel like every time we have a lead, it just falls apart. But we do have a 7-1 lead, 8-1 in the 4th. So I'm feeling comfortable with that. So just to save some time, I'm going to let the CPU take over and maybe hop into the next game. We won 14-4. So that's good. This game, Clevenger. Clevenger's, man, do we... All right, we'll give it to Clevenger. We'll see how things go. I didn't even look at the Mariners lineup. Justice Sheffield is their pitcher. Looking at their lineup, it doesn't look like much has changed, actually. Who gave Malik Smith the power bat? That's 2 home runs in 2 games for Malik Smith. He's not supposed to do that. All right, so we're tied up here. McMahon's been a playoff MVP for us. He may not do well during the season, but man, does he do well during the year. So we're down 4-1, which is not good. Not good at all. Clevenger may be on his way out next year. Carlos Santana ties the game up. That's good. That's good. Tie game. Clevenger, get me out of this inning. You do. That's all we needed. That's what we needed for sure. Can we keep going? Clevenger's done. We are going to go to Leclerc. Probably wasn't the best person to go to there. We need a lefty. I guess it's Olson. I know he's tired, but he gets the out. We'll go to Hoyt. 2-run score and another scores. Really? I thought we played those matchups right. I thought we did the right thing there. We get out of that one. We have 2 innings left. 1 inning left. Oh, man. 4 runs here. Can we do it? We can't. Season over. Oh, come on. All right, Clevenger, you're done, bud. That really just came down to you. Yankees defeat the Phillies in the World Series. Like, Clevenger just... I don't want to blame it on him, obviously, but he wasn't good throughout the year, and I feel like we definitely can find a different starting pitcher for about the same amount of money, and we should be in a good spot. So let's give Brad Hand some money. Let's give Carlos Santana some money, and we should be good. We'll give him that. See what he says. Brad Hand's probably gonna leave us, just the way things go. So let's see. Let's take a look at free agency. Oh, did he actually come back? He did come back. So the bullpen should be set. It's just we gotta find someone to replace Clevenger. Looking at arbitration, I mean, I'll still bring him back. It's just I will trade him during the year. I'm gonna give Hoyt another year. He's just been he was so good for us last year. I see him only getting better. I think he's like a fine wine. Everybody else is gonna get that arbitration. Contract wise, everyone's gonna get a contract as well. Start season 3 off. We're gonna trade Clevenger for Nolan Jones and George Valera for Mike Soroka. I mean, we haven't traded for Soroka, I think, in quite some time. His stats look amazing. Basically clearing out the farm system and Clevenger for a good starting pitcher. He's been clutch for us in the playoffs, but outside of that, he's been okay. But we're gonna trade Ryan McMahon for Ketel Marte. A little bit better with the bat. Got some speed, can play all over the field, and I feel like he's going to help us out a little bit more. So we're going to go for the second baseman for the Diamondbacks. So for season 3, this is how we're going to start. Soroka's our new ace. We have Kluber, Bieber, Eflin, and Carrasco. The bullpen, unchanged. The only reason why I kept Olson was because he's really one of the better lefties that were available. Lineups-wise, Ketel Marte hops in, and we have a new catcher who's a little bit better of a hitter in Wellington Castillo. The bench is left the same. If anything needs to be done, we can always trade Bobby Bradley, maybe Tyler Freeman for another really good bat or another good pitcher at the deadline if something crazy needs to happen, because I feel like with a team like this, there's no reason why we shouldn't go far into the playoffs. Season 3 again was a success. 100 with 62 losses. We won the division, taking on the Rays, and I feel like with this team, we are set. There's no reason why we shouldn't do well. Lindor was a Gold Glove winner. When you see the lead, or the standings, I should say, we won the division by 23 games. It looks like my prediction of our division becoming a tight race didn't happen. So Soroka, the ERA is close to a 4, but I mean, I'm not going to freak out. It's a good whip. 14-8, almost 200 innings pitched. Pretty solid. Corey Kluber, again, pretty similar to what Soroka did. Bieber, very good ERA, very good whip. Eflin was probably our weakest link. We had to bring up Logan Allen because Carlos Carrasco dropped very quickly. You can see his stats were dropping. He wasn't having a bad year. It's just I was afraid that he was going to drop so quickly. And unfortunately, I just wasn't able to squeeze in Hunter Wood. And James Hoyt was doing poorly. You can see a 6.18 ERA. I was kind of hoping he would have been like a fine wine, only got better. Unfortunately, he didn't. And Logan Allen, he filled in very well, very, very well. So Josh James struggled a little bit this year, unfortunately. But the whip and the ERA is just a little bit too high. Whitgren struggled. I thought about moving these two, but I figured, you know what, let's just stick with them, see how things go. We have Adam Kimber, whatever it is, he did well. We brought up Phil Matten. He did very well in 16 innings of work. Tyler Olson struggled a little bit, but again, I felt like we could have acquired another lefty, but I think we're gonna stick with, you know, who we had. You can see Betances actually had a really bad second half of the season, because at the deadline he had like a 3.5 or something ERA. So it was the second half of the season that really proved to be an issue. And holy cow, Brad Hand didn't blow a save this year. So he was 42 for 42. That is nutty. And Leclerc actually did very well. So that's the first time, I think, ever that I've had Leclerc do well like every single season. Ketel Marte is starting to go down, which I would have hoped he wouldn't. Unfortunately, he did. Jose Ramirez cooled off a little bit, but again, 26 home runs, 96 RBIs with 41 doubles. That's still a really solid season. Lindor hit about 300. Again, the power numbers went down a little bit, but I mean, his OPS and slugging actually went up because of the doubles and stuff. So again, it's still not a bad season. Franmil Reyes is up to a 90. He's only getting better, which is scary to think about. YASIEL Puig, he's been really, really solid while we've had him 100 RBI seasons every single year. So these two additions have made this offense so strong. Carlos Santana is slowly starting to decrease, but even then he's still hitting 300, almost a 400 on base percentage. These last 3 seasons he's been really good as well. Tyler NAQUIN has been really good. He actually had a career year, 29 home runs, 92 RBIs, almost 300 average. Mercado, okay, maybe we moving him down in the lineup was the right move. He's doubled his home run total, doubled his RBIs, average has gone up 40 points. I like to see that. And Wellington Castillo has put up some pretty solid numbers in the catching spot. We do have a couple good prospects coming up as well. You see Ernie Clement, Bobby Bradley's almost a 80 now. He didn't hit the ball too well, but I mean, not too bad. Oscar Gonzalez, I'm pretty sure we didn't draft him. We drafted somebody else, Andre Rivas, who's a first baseman. Not the same position, but just for some reason I thought it was that guy. So I do want to take a look at the guy we drafted, Greg Schaefer. He's still 72, but he's been, I guess, limited to just the bullpen. Val Felder and Tino Perez were the CPU's second season drafts. So pretty solid drafts from the CPU, actually. So let's take a look, see how this plays out against the Rays. Wow, we got smacked. Soroka, 2 innings of work. All right, we still advanced though, so that's good. So we're gonna change the lineup to, I'm gonna let Kluber go. I feel like Soroka needs to be maybe number 2. Get him a little bit of room to be safe. Let's see here. Game 1 we win. Game 2 we lose. How did we lose? Brad Hand. No way. He blew a save. How has he pitched? Oh, he blew a save. All right, so we have a 3-2 lead. It is coming down to this. To move on to the World Series, we cannot lose this. We need to win this. We are home at Progressive Field. I wish we could have had Kluber this game, because I feel like he's the move, you know? Like, he's been so good. Bieber's been good. I feel like I don't feel comfortable giving it to Soroka, but we're going to do it. They've added Nicholas Castellanos to the lineup. I think that's a good move. They have Salvador Perez. That's a solid addition too. So let's see how we can do here against Frankie Montas. So far, so good. Bases are loaded. Puig, the man of the rebuild, hits a grand slam, makes it 4-0. We get out of that second and third jam. Can we keep it going? Soroka's pitching well. Knock on wood, nothing crazy happens. We still have that 4-0 lead. First and second, 1 out. Second and third, Lindor can't bring any runs home, but so far Puig is proving to be the difference in this game. Okay, man on first, nothing happens. Soroka's pitching really well. Just hit half on his stamina bar. We're gonna hit the sac fly. Let's We can't even get the sack flying. Okay. Let's keep it going. Can we extend the lead? There goes the shutout in the 9th. And that's the game. Soroka, 4 hits, 1 earned run. That is a great way to push us into the World Series. He breaks his... what's the word I'm looking for? He breaks his like poor run of form. There we go. So we have Bieber pitching, right? Bieber's going to be on the mound. And then Kluber, Soroka, Eflin, maybe Eflin, maybe Logan Allen. Maybe he proves to be a key addition, you know, part of that Padres trade as well. So game 1 we win 2-1. Okay. Second game we do lose. Third game we win. Fourth game we lose. So it's 2-2. We take that victory. Tyler Olson is clutch. And this is for the World Series. So I feel like we have to go into it. We have to play it. Is Corey Kluber available? Ooh, these two both have been really good. Ooh. Let's go Shane Bieber. Because that still means we'll have Corey Kluber available. Looking at their lineup, Jake Lamb's a new addition. JT Realmuto's a new addition as well. Corey Seager opens up the scoring in the first, but Ketel Marte gets the run back right away. That's a good start. Single, okay. Double play, really. All right, Kenta Maeda's their pitcher. First and second for Lindor. Can't bring the run home, unfortunately. Come on, get us out of this inning. 3-run homer by Chris Taylor, really? Of all people. Chris, and another one by Shane Bieber. All right, he's going to be done. We're going to go to the lefty and Olson. Okay, maybe that wasn't the right move. Josh James, maybe? Gets us out of it. We're still down 6. That's a bit of an issue. It's okay, make it 8. Okay, make it 7. Franmil Reyes does come in the clutch. Puig, I think, is 0 for today. Oh, he's actually 2 for 3. That's not bad. All right, so we get a double. Can we score, though? We do. We get 1 back. 6-run game. Okay, make it 9-run game. I mean, Josh James should be able to finish it. He's got really good stamina. And we're heading to a game 7. So maybe Bieber wasn't the right decision there, but I feel like he's had such a good run that, I mean, we could have been fine. I'm going to give it to Kluber. Kluber's had a good postseason. I have faith in him. The veteran takes the mound. Jock Peterson goes deep. Not the best. We're down 1. We're going against one of their better pitchers in Walker Buehler. But I feel confident. Can we do it? Jock Peterson's 2 for 2 with 2 home runs. Are you serious? Can you at least get me 5 here? You do. You get me 5. Corey Kluber, 2 runs over 5 innings. I'm cool with that. Ooh, we're down 1. Bring the run home. That's what we needed. Tie ball game. We're going to go to our bullpen. String of lefties here. I need Olson to be clutch here. He does. He's perfect. There we go. No run score. So a couple righties coming up. So let's go to... we'll go to CIMBER, Kimber, whatever your name is. NAQUIN? No. Mercado? Somebody get on base. Single. This is the dangerous part. We don't have that lefty to go, you know, match up. Ketel Marte, get on. Somebody get on base, you know? Walks. All right, so you're done. Let's go to Betances. Gets us out of the inning. Perfect. Can we walk it off and win the World Series? Puig starts it off right. Double play. Are you kidding me? Okay, Betances goes 2 innings. He's probably done after that. Come on. A double. Base hit scores. Ketel Marte wins the World Series. Ketel Marte walks it off for the Indians, and we win a World Series for the first time in I don't know how long. We've done it. We finally won a World Series. Who's the playoff MVP? Francisco Lindor and Puig, World Series MVP. No RBIs or anything, but a 407 average. Postseason is Lindor. 13 RBIs for Lindor. Crazy. But I will take that. We finally get a World Series victory. Taking a look at the lineup, our bench was pretty inactive. But when you look at the lineup, Jose Ramirez had a good run. Lindor, Franmil Reyes a little quiet, but still good amount of RBIs, good amount of home runs. Puig was solid. I mean, besides Naquin and Mercado, I feel like everybody did really, really well. I think we've created a super team with this Indians, and it proves that Reyes and Puig were very, very key. I mean, even Logan Allen was pretty solid. So I like this team a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed today's rebuild of the Puig and Franmil Reyes Indians. If you did, make sure you hit the like button down below. Subscribe if you're new and enjoyed the content. And also in the comment section, let me know what other deadline trades you would like to see for a future rebuild. I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.